Hello everybody, it's Kyle Van Voorst with Voorst.com, and today we're going to discuss sales training techniques that you can use to help improve the performance of your sales team. Let's dive right in. All right, number one, this is super important. If you are training your team, I highly suggest you use stories to both motivate and train them. And this is what I mean. Examples of things that took place in the real world are always more powerful than hypotheticals. This is the common complaint with doing role play, right? Oh, we're role playing a perfect scenario, or oh, you're way harder than prospects are normally, whatever. Yeah, role playing is super important, but also what has impact is telling stories. So use stories in your training about things that took place in the real world and an application of one of the techniques you're training on and how that impacted the result of that scenario. Number two, this is incredibly important. When you are doing trainings, you must prime the team for active listening. I like to start trainings with an active listening exercise, something where maybe myself or I'll have someone else role play, pretend to be a prospect and give a big monologue of a bunch of different pain points they have and have the sales team write down what their kind of the key pain points and how your solution will address those pain points. Something like that to get them primed for active listening, because it is very common during a training session for people to zone out or not really be in the mood for a training, and doing a quick reset, a quick focus of energy on listening, and then through your training process, applying techniques and practicing, right? Perfect practice makes perfect. So get them in the mood for listening and absorbing the information, because the retention will be higher. Number three here, give your team guides that they can use in the real world. So if there are objections that you're training them on and you're having them do different responses, give them a guide. Say, hey, here are the objections we talked about, and here's how you overcome those objections. Because it's one thing to do something in training, right, where you're repeating the same thing over and over again. But if you don't give them something tangible, a document, a script, even if they're not going to follow that script word for word, just having it allows them to have a better conversation with people and feel more comfortable using that technique in the real world. All right, number four here, use games in your training to help reinforce your techniques. Here's a great example of one. So if you are training your team on how to overcome objections, or if it's an SDR team where they need to overcome objections really early in the call, what I like to do is get a ball, something soft or hard, if you want to go real crazy, and you throw it at them. And when you throw it at one of the reps, you say the objection, and the rep needs to catch the ball and then reply with the response to that objection. Now, why do we throw things? One, because it's extraordinarily exciting. Kinda. But the real reason is because it sort of simulates that pressure you feel on a call, because they need to think about catching something, which it makes it a little bit harder and tries to replicate that. It's also a lot more fun than just going back and forth and talking about different objections. All right, number five here, hopefully you're doing this already. It's role playing. Make sure in your trainings you're setting up time to practice. One person pretending to be a prospect, the other person being themselves, the salesperson. And a lot of companies are already doing this. You're probably doing this already, hopefully. But if you're not, the reason why it's so effective, even though it's just kind of the sterile simulated environment, is it gets your reps to start making the connection between the words that the prospect are saying and the words that they need to say back. And it disconnects them from having to always think about what to say next, because there's certain things that are automatic. So definitely role play. I'm a firm believer in it. And if you're going to be role playing with your team, make sure you're prepared with some backstory for your own character. Maybe we should do a video just on role playing, because it's a very deep topic, but at the very least, you should be doing it. All right, number six, and probably the most important in my view, is giving the team homework. Your sales team, your sales development team, you must, after your training, give them assignments that they have to complete and send back to you. Because training is great, but the only way training will improve results is applying the training in real life. And if you never apply anything, if you never take action on what you learn, you're not going to get anywhere. So what do? You say, hey, we just talked about how to overcome objection. Maybe it's not interested. We just talked about how to overcome it. I would like your call recording from every single rep, overcoming the objection, not interested. And then send them off in the real world, collect those recordings, and listen to it all together in the next training to help reinforce that technique. You do this every single time you do a training, the retention is going to go up, and you're going to start seeing your reps applying what they're learning in training, as opposed to training being kind of a disguise for just a conversation and a reason to stop selling for an hour every week. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you can, like, comment, share this with someone else. It helps us grow the channel. Either way, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and hopefully you learned something. Thanks so much, and we'll talk soon.